The more you try to please everyone, the more you lose yourself. Maybe you've already noticed that. You measure your words so you don't upset anyone. You over-explain yourself. You think twice before acting because you're afraid of being judged. And without realizing it, you begin living trapped by other people's opinions. The truth is that the need for approval is an invisible prison. It steals your authenticity, drains your mind, and slowly destroys your peace. Because no matter what you do, there will always be someone criticizing, judging, or disapproving of your choices. But the Stoics understood something powerful. Freedom begins the moment you stop needing external validation to feel worthy. Today, I'm going to show you 6 Stoic attitudes to stop caring about what people think, and by the end, you'll understand why emotionally strong people almost never try to please everyone. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not over the opinions of others." Stoicism does not teach you to become cold. It teaches you not to hand your peace over to people who can't even control their own lives. Whoever depends on the approval of others places their peace in the hands of others. Attitude 1. Stop explaining yourself all the time. How many times have you felt the need to justify your choices just to avoid judgment? You change your routine, start a new project, make an important decision, and immediately feel the need to convince people that you're right. But there's something few people realize. Excessive explanation signals insecurity. Confident people don't waste energy trying to make everyone agree with them. They understand that not everyone will understand their path. Epictetus taught that people who try to control how others perceive them eventually lose control over themselves. Not everyone will approve of your decisions, and that's okay. Your mission is not to convince everyone around you. Your mission is to live according to what you believe. People who know who they are don't feel the need to convince the entire world. Attitude 2. People judge through the lens of their own frustrations. Maybe someone has already diminished your dreams, criticized your personality, or doubted your potential, and for a long time, you carried that pain inside you. But the Stoics saw things differently. Many criticisms reveal more about the person speaking than the person listening. Frustrated people tend to project their pain onto others. People who never had the courage to act often criticize those who try. Insecure people feel the need to bring others down, to feel bigger themselves. Marcus Aurelius said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact." And once you truly understand that, the weight of judgment begins to fade. Wounded people see the world through their own scars. Not every opinion deserves space in your mind. Not every criticism deserves a place in your heart. Attitude 3. Stop trying to please everyone. There is a very high price to pay for constantly seeking acceptance. Little by little, you begin hiding parts of yourself. You say yes when you really want to say no. You avoid conflict at all costs. You reshape your personality just to fit in. And without realizing it, you start losing your identity. Seneca said that those who live to please others never find true peace. Because approval is unstable. Today they praise you. Tomorrow they criticize you. Building your self-worth on that means living emotionally vulnerable all the time. Authentic people may not please everyone immediately, but they earn deep respect over time. Those who try to please everyone eventually become nothing more than a version of what others expect them to be. People who try to be accepted by everyone eventually forget who they really are. Attitude 4. Learn to stay silent. Not every provocation deserves a response. Not every criticism deserves a defense. But emotionally fragile people feel the need to react to everything. They want to respond immediately. They want to prove they are right. They want to win every argument. The problem is that people who react to everything live in constant war. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is not to become like your enemy." Silence is powerful because it demonstrates control. Truly strong people don't need to shout to show strength. Think about the ocean. The deeper it is, the quieter it becomes. Shallow waters make noise all the time. Silence is a form of self-control. The next time someone tries to provoke you, try not to react immediately. Breathe. Observe. Protect your energy for what truly matters. If you are learning how to strengthen your mind and protect your inner peace, subscribe now to Stoic Spring. The more emotional maturity you develop, the less the outside world will be able to control your emotions. Attitude 5. Your need for approval is stealing your freedom. Most people don't realize it, but they live emotionally trapped. Trapped by the fear of disappointing others, trapped by the fear of being disliked, trapped by the fear of being judged. And little by little, they begin making decisions based more on other people's reactions than on their own conscience. Epictetus taught that whoever depends on external approval will never be truly free because their happiness depends on something they cannot control. Imagine handing the steering wheel of your life to dozens of different people, each one trying to decide who you should be. That is exactly what happens when you constantly seek validation. Your peace disappears because your direction disappears. Emotionally strong people understand something simple. Not everyone will like you, not everyone will agree with you, and that's okay. Freedom begins when your self-worth no longer depends on external applause. People who constantly seek approval live emotionally chained. Attitude 6. Build a life that you respect. In the end, there is only one opinion capable of deeply destroying or strengthening your peace: your own. When you don't respect yourself, every criticism shakes you. Every rejection feels like proof that you are not enough. But when you live aligned with your values, something changes inside you. Other people's opinions begin losing power. Seneca said, "The man who is at peace with himself does not seek approval from the crowd." And that may be one of the greatest forms of emotional freedom that exists. People who respect their own conscience do not need to beg for acceptance. They do not need to constantly prove their worth, because they have already found something stronger: self-respect. And self-respect is built through small daily actions, through honesty with yourself, through the courage to stand by your choices, through the ability to live according to what you truly believe. When your conscience matters more than applause, peace begins. The truth is that many people spend their entire lives trying to be accepted while forgetting to accept themselves. They seek validation from the outside world while abandoning their own essence. And that slowly destroys inner peace. Stoicism teaches that freedom is not controlling other people's opinions. Freedom is not depending on them to remain at peace. People may continue judging you. They may never fully understand who you are. But now you understand something important. Other people's opinions do not define your value. Their judgment does not determine your identity. And the need to please is an invisible prison that steals your emotional freedom. Strong people do not live begging for approval. They live aligned with their own conscience. And when you stop seeking external validation, you discover a silent strength within yourself. There's peace that does not depend on applause, a freedom that nobody can take away. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these attitudes do you most need to practice in your life today? Leave it here in the comments. I really want to know which part of this video spoke to you the most. And if this content helped you in any way, leave a like, subscribe to Stoic Spring, and continue strengthening your mind. Because the more inner peace and emotional maturity you develop, the less the outside world will be able to control who you are. Remember, people who learn to respect themselves find a peace that no opinion can destroy.